Hey everyone, and welcome back to New Windsor. I love this view right here. It's so sweet. Okay, today we're going to be working over here near this big interchange we built in episode like 6 or something. We're going to be building an area inspired by Danbury, Connecticut that really takes its own shape, completely different from what I really intended. Alright, here we are. So, we're moving away from the area we've been working on recently, Lighthouse Hill, New Belfast, that area. We're going to be going back there next episode for a huge episode, which I teased in the last video. We're going to be working on a brand new downtown for New Belfast, that financial district I've been talking about. With high density and everything. It's going to be really cool. The next few episodes are going to, we're going to see New Belfast completely take shape, and it's going to become its own city, and I'm so excited. I've gotten to the point where I've connected that downtown area to the wharves, and it looks seamless and completely photorealistic. You're all going to really enjoy it, and we're going to get it done in the next couple episodes, and after the next 2 episodes where we're going to be working on that downtown, we've got something extra special, which has been really requested in the comment section. That's going to be happening. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You might be able to guess if you look at the recent suggestions you've been seeing. But, yeah, if you guys put suggestions in the comments, I will read them, and I will probably integrate them if I see a lot of the same suggestions. So you'll see that materialize in that video. Anyway, the point is, prospects are great for this, month-long or so New Windsor marathon where we're just doing New Windsor, no Calavera Beach, and I'm uploading twice a week, and it's going pretty well. This video is going out on a Sunday, and I'm thinking of sort of switching to Sunday-Wednesday schedule because nobody really does that. People upload videos for City Skylines on Friday and Saturday for the most part, but I don't see a lot of, Sunday or Wednesday. So for this, this week is going to be this Sunday, when this is being uploaded. And then on Wednesday, you'll get the next episode of New Windsor. And we'll see how that goes. I might continue that for a little while, because what that does is it gives me a little bit of wiggle room, because sometimes I don't finish an episode during the week, which gives me a little bit of, room to move, because I've got Saturday to work on it so I can get it up on Sunday. I think that might be positive for me, and also it's, a time when people aren't uploading as much, so you're able to see the episodes a little easier, which you would anyway if you had the Bella icon on, which you should definitely do. Anyway, okay, right here we're working on this hotel. We've just placed a bunch of little buildings around here, like industry, commercial, self-storage, and then this hotel. So this is inspired by this area in Danbury, Connecticut, which I used to drive through a lot back when I lived, in the New England area, and there are a bunch of different hotels in Danbury. They're all by I-84, and this particular one right here is that I placed this Springfield Suites, which I don't know if there's a Springfield Suites on I-84, but yeah, point is, highways by I-84, and the roads aren't like urban, they don't have sidewalks, so I'm using the national roads from Mass Transit here, just so they don't have sidewalks, but I'm using no pillars to force zoning, so there's zoning and it works like a normal road, and I think that's probably the best way to go about this, because it removes the sidewalks, which look a little bit unrealistic in this particular setting, but You maintain the American road vibe with the yellow lines, obviously. So, yeah, this area is taking shape. We're going to definitely change it a lot, but we're generally going to fill in this block of land in between the freeway and the rail line and the interchange, which I've been, leaving empty for a while because I haven't really known what to put here. But then I decided, all right, this is freeway madness. Might as well do some Danbury styled stuff, which doesn't really end up looking too much like Danbury in the end. But yeah, let's move on and work on a shopping center. Alright, so there's no Google Earth for Danbury, and I'm not gonna show you Google Street View of a standard American shopping center. I truly can't be bothered. So, yeah, I'm building a shopping center here. A small shopping center with some big name stores, but small still. And there are some of these around Danbury off the 84. Like there's one that has a Stop and Shop that's just right off the 84 that I'm pretty sure all it's got is a Stop and Shop. And yeah, stuff like that. Honestly, this area is generally a filler, but I wanted it to be very commercialized and stuff, because I've got this whole freeway vibe going around here. I say freeway now, but nobody says freeway back in New England that I know of. Like New England, New York, it's the highway. It's or the whatever. It's not really the freeway. So, but yeah, I'm so used to California now that I'm adopting the lingo at this point. But anyway, the highway, which has got loads of billboards, which, yeah, in Danbury, there are a lot of billboards along the highways, and it's often pretty annoying. But Connecticut's not a state that's banned billboards like Vermont, I believe, is banned billboards. And I don't know, New Hampshire possibly? No, New Hampshire I don't think has. I don't know. But I know Connecticut definitely has not. So there are a lot of billboards along the highways, and Danbury specifically has a lot of them. So you'll see those integrated later in the episode. Alright, so we've almost finished work on this shopping center area over here, and now we're going to actually move over and work on that self-storage facility we placed earlier, which is based on a self-storage facility I saw in Danbury along the freeway, I believe at least. And I felt like a self-storage facility would fit here. It looks pretty good.
On one person already using the brand new system.
Alright, so we're working on this self-storage facility. We've placed one of these before in New Windsor, but I like this one a little bit more because there are a lot of different buildings, with different self-storage garages and stuff. With the other one, it was like there were just two. Here, you're fully utilizing the asset, which has garages or garage stores on all sides. I'm using these commercial warehouses by King Leno, and I'm making this like vacant lot right here. This isn't specifically inspired by Danbury, but this is a transition between this area and the other side of town, as I like to call it, which we built a little while ago. But this is actually pretty close to that. You just go under the freeway and you're there. So this is not the best neighborhood, you could say. And I'm trying to make that transition. Obviously, it's not horrific. Like, you can buy a nice house in this neighborhood, but it's not unbelievable. So I'm making sure that that transition is there and it's smooth. So, and here I'm just trying to figure out how to make this area over here work. I figure out that a curve definitely won't, work for this end of the build, and I just I end up placing, I believe, some houses over here with like an open field instead of that, here I'm placing a warehouse right by the interchange, and once again I'm using no pillars to force zoning so that I'm actually able to place a warehouse right next to the parking lot road, like it's an actual road, which is actually really useful. So if you don't use no pillars, I don't know if many people really have it at this point, because there are a lot of other mods that can do what no pillars does, but not here. I don't know other mods that force zoning as well as no pillars does, and it doesn't really give me many problems, and yeah, I don't know. It works for me. So here I'm copy pasting trees. Somebody actually sent me like a method for getting the tree brush density to be better, but it still wasn't good enough, so I still have to just copy paste trees and place them manually generally, which is unfortunate, but it's just how it works with this game. I really want somebody to make a mod which makes it so that, like, for power users of the game who don't really care about FPS, which makes it so the tree brush does not stop working after the density is really high, because that would make my life a lot easier. Anyway, placing some dirt decals around here. These dirt decals have become my very good friend with nature detailing within this city. That I think they're one of the main things I use, other than obviously the leaves natural resource textures that I've got set for the oil. The dirt allows me to make some areas that are possibly not completely green, but they're open fields, so there obviously wouldn't be leaves in the middle of open fields, just next to the trees. So adding the dirt in the open fields, I think, adds a nice touch. Alright, so here we're sort of working on a second hotel. It's like a Best Western or something. I recently stayed in a Best Western Plus, and it was a decent hotel, actually. I got the Plus experience. I'm not sure if Best Western is very good. Who knows? Anyway, so, yeah, working on this hotel motel here, whatever. Once again, this whole episode, we're filling space and trying to do it sort of realistically. Like, I'm adding those billboards right here that I talked about adding earlier on. Gotta have them all over the place. Probably should place them on the other side of the freeway as well, because I don't think I place any. But really, in Danbury, it's really on one side of the freeway towards where all of the commercial space is. And I don't know if the land is privately owned on the other side of that freeway in that area. Who knows? But generally here, just trying to add a level of detail that is satisfactory but not overly done, because obviously this is not a main focal point of the city, and we'll add less and less detail as we move out. Alright, so right here I am working on the detailing for this interchange. I add a little bit more detailing than I might usually to like a diamond exit interchange, but this one's pretty close to the city, so I figured might as well add some lines and some guardrails and stuff to the area, and I think the guardrails look pretty good. I've gotten better at detailing the middle of a freeway over a highway. This is a highway over time. And now that we've got these line networks, it's a lot easier to do the line detailing. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with this. And we're nearing the end of the episode, so hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely leave a like. It really does help out a ton. Been getting a lot of support recently. Hopefully you're all enjoying the New Windsor Marathon. If you are, yeah, definitely leave a like. Helps a lot. Subscribe if you're new around here, and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified whenever I upload. You understand what the whole deal is with that. You'll never miss an episode of New Windsor. Like, something like 50% of my viewers are not subscribed, which is crazy. You guys should be subscribed, so subscribe, and yeah, you'll definitely enjoy the content. If you want to support me, check out my Patreon. It's in the description. And yeah, Patreon supporters also get access to episodes early, so if you're a Patreon supporter right now, you have access to the new Belfast Downtown episode, which is a really sick episode, so definitely something you should be interested in. But anyway, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those are in the description. I definitely won't waste your time, especially on Instagram, so follow me there. Except Instagram itself is the waste of time, not my account. I'll warn you. Both Twitter and my Twitter account are a waste of time, so that's also there. Anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed. Enjoy these, dare I say, 6 cinematics, and I'll see you next time.